Hi again, everyone. It's Peter Schwartz here in Las Vegas. It's Sports Bash presented by TicketBash.com here on Radio Row. Super Bowl 58 coming up on Sunday between the Chiefs and the 49ers. And for me, this week has been awesome in a lot of ways. Great interviews and great content that we provided you all week. But for me personally, and almost selfishly, a chance to catch up with some people that I have not seen in a long time. And some of my great memories working in this business was working at Sirius XM and getting to meet and be friendly with this man here, Zig Fracassi, and it's always great to see you. It's been a long time, and glad you had a chance to stop by.
Peter, always a pleasure, man. Great to see you.
And Zig does a little bit of everything at Sirius. He anchors, he hosts, he travels the world, he does all these different things, and one of the things I always appreciated about you, getting to know you and working with you, is I think you share the same passion about the business that I do. And you would come to work with the jerseys on, I would come to work with the jerseys on, we'd have those conversations, and I always said to people, like, if you can't be a sports fan, you shouldn't be in this business, because I get criticized a lot for being as passionate about the teams that I root for. Like, you can't be in this business and be a fan. I think that's BS. I think you can.
Oh, absolutely. I think if you temper it, though, with, not creativity, but construction in terms of criticizing. You could be a fan, but then you could also say, hey, they didn't have it on that particular night or whatever. But,
right.
You've always been great with that. Plus, we had that commonality of Western New York, because you went to Buff State, and I'm from Western New York.
Yeah, Zig from, we always had those great Buffalo conversations, but you also lived here in Las Vegas so you have an understanding of what having the Super Bowl here means to these people that live here in Las Vegas. Now, I've been talking about this with a lot of people. I don't think there was ever a time in all the years that I've watched football, been a fan, covered it, my kids playing. I don't think I ever thought for a second that Las Vegas would ever have an NFL team, much less have a Super Bowl. Did you ever think that this was going to be a possibility?
Actually, for hockey, I did. Because before, I was here from 1985 to 2001. Around 1999, the venerable mayor of Las Vegas, Oscar Goodman, placed a call to Gary Bettman, the NHL commissioner, and said, you know what? Maybe you ought to consider Vegas as a possible market. And people snickered, saying, oh, the only thing they know about Vegas with the ice is they put it in their drinks at the casino. They put it in the casinos at the drinks. But you got to remember, at that time, Peter, there was a team here called the Thunder. They were in the International League.
Didn't Butch Goring coach them? I think Butch Goring was a coach for them at some point.
I believe so. Alexei Yashin played here. Clint Larchuk played here. So there was.
Where did they play? Did they play at like that Orleans arena? Where did they play?
Thomas and Mack Center.
Thomas and Mack had hockey there?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they would draw 5,000, 6,000 fans a game, and this being such a transient town, you would get people from the Midwest, and then, sure enough, fast forward about 15, 16 years later, maybe the changing aspect of how you view sports betting and the leagues obviously wanting their piece of the pie with this. Fast forward 15, 16 years, Bill Foley comes in. They get, the $500 million fee, whatever it was, for the expansion team. And Vegas Golden Knights, they clicked from immediate, and then I think that ultimately led to the Raiders relocating. And so within the last 7 to 10 years, you've had the changing dynamic of pro sports in Las Vegas.
And Major League Baseball is coming here. They're going to knock the Tropicana down. That's where the Oakland A's stadium is going to be. And I wouldn't be shocked if this town wound up with an NBA franchise, too.
The Summer League's already here.
The Summer League is here. The Lakers have always played. I don't know if they still do, but they used to play at least one exhibition game here a year. And wasn't there a time where they played a couple of regular season games in Las Vegas? I seem to remember the Lakers playing a couple of games here.
Well, you remember when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar broke the all-time?
That's right. It was here.
Here against the
Thomas
Utah Jazz. Yep. 1984.
See, I haven't lost my mind completely. I remembered something about the Lakers playing here. But I thought I had read somewhere a couple of weeks ago that LeBron James really wants to bring a team here, and there might be some Saudi money involved in that as well.
Yeah, I've heard that too. So usually what the NBA wants, the NBA gets, and I think they've responded well over the years, obviously, with the Summer League being here. I think it's just a matter of time, Peter. Them, and I think Seattle gets another team back there too. So Vegas may have it all covered here.
Zig Fracassi from Sirius XM, NFL Radio. You hear on all the channels doing updates, and he hosts, and on the NHL channel too. Sometimes you're host. We met up at the Winter Classic a few years ago at Citi Field with the Sabres and the Rangers. One last thing about Vegas hosting. You know, this city knows how to throw a party. I mean, this city knows how to entertain a lot of people because there are thousands of people that come in and out of the city every single day. So from hosting the Super Bowl point of view, I knew they would be able to nail it, and they obviously have the hotels, they have the infrastructure to do this correctly, and it seems like it's been a really big hit so far this week.
Oh, absolutely. You can see how it's responded. You got people from all over the world here, and everyone, whoever's got things they want to promote and everything like that. So I'll be curious to see ultimately how much they bring in, and would Vegas be part of the next rotation for Super Bowls going forward? Because I think the next three are New Orleans, Santa Clara, and then back in LA it's SoFi. So maybe we'll see from 2028 on if they get another Super Bowl here.
Very important question from your time living here.
Yes. The
best buffet in Las Vegas.
Peter, oh man, it was Caesar's, and then Bellagio came in very good. So I'll go 1 and 1A with those two.
All right, sounds fair enough. How's everything going at Sirius? Listen, if you're a sports fan and you don't have Sirius, you're missing out. And I used to work there, and I miss it. It was only because of a great opportunity that I had to leave. It's a wonderful place to work, and it's like, if you're a sports fan, it's got something for everybody with all the different channels. How are things going there? How much fun are you having still working at Sirius all these years?
Oh, it beats working for a living.
Yeah.
That's how great it is, And again, we got channels for every pro sports league, all the different broadcasts. You can catch any team that you're looking for, and obviously with the platform of other programming, it's really a great outlet. And luckily, God bless, for me, it's been 20 years since I've been there, so very blessed and fortunate to be there.
And the important question I have is, do they still have the complimentary pretzel sticks in the kitchen?
They actually, they don't.
No!
It's changed. Although they do have snacks.
They do have snacks.
Yes.
That was a great thing, like working those late night update shifts and
yeah.
going in there and nibbling on those pretzel rods. Oh, see, that's disappointing. Let's talk about the game on Sunday. Obviously, this is a very intriguing matchup, a rematch from a few years ago, the Chiefs and the 49ers, and a lot's been made about Patrick Mahomes, again, one of the great quarterbacks in the history of the league already, and Brock Purdy, who was the last pick in the draft. That's been a focal point. There have been others. When you look at this game, what stands out when you try to break down the matchup for Sunday?
For me, I think it's going to be on San Francisco's part. They're going to have to come up with better starts. I mean, against Green Bay, the Packers took it to them. Against the Lions, they took it to them. So they can't start slow, I think, this time around, because those teams, as decent as they are, they're not Kansas City. So I think the Niners have to get out to a good start and be able to implement their game plan. And then from Kansas City's point of view, you just keep doing what you're doing. I'm sure Spags is going to come up with some different looks for Purdy to try to dissect. And we got 15-87, Peter. It's going to be real interesting. I got to think the Niners are going to do a better job covering Travis Kelce, unlike the AFC Championship game where he had 11 catches. So maybe look for more Rashee Rice or a Pacheco to have more of an integral role into this game. I'm not going against Mahomes. I can't. There's an it factor to this guy. I'm taking Kansas City to win this game.
And I think all of our listeners and viewers would like to know if Zig Fracassi is a Swiftie.
I take the fifth.
You take the fifth. Fair enough. Always good to see you, my friend. Zig Fracassi from Sirius XM.
Thanks,
I'm Peter Schwartz at Sports Bash, presented by TicketBash.com from Radio Row here in Las Vegas.